Local Poultry Farm. Those of you who would want to start up a chicken farm business, please share this video. This is the video that is going to introduce you to everything you need to know about local farming business. Okay, so you can share it with your friend, you can subscribe, invite your friends to come and watch this, because we are doing this. We don't want to leave anyone behind. I repeat, in this video, we don't want to leave anyone behind. All of you who think that you have watched enough videos on YouTube and you think you're ready to do a local farming business or any type of business, please come closer, come and watch this video. It will change your mindset. So in this video today, we're going to talk about everything you need to know while starting up a local poultry business. Be it layers, be it broilers, be it broilers. Actually, we are going to talk about everything you need to know before starting up a chicken business. But before we dive into that, once again, welcome to another exciting episode of The Farm With Us, where we get to answer all your questions right here in our classroom. Local Poultry Farm is located in Chentojo District along Foot Patrol Road in a trading center called Rui Valley. That's where you're going to find us. Please visit our farms for farm training. Call our numbers, they're scrolling at the bottom of your screen there. Call us for the one-day-old chicks, for the fertilized eggs. Those of you who need 1-month-old chicks, we have them. We have those chicken that are point of lay. Okay, those of you who don't want to suffer in the brooders, who want to get the chickens and you start collecting your eggs, whether for eating, whether for business, just dial those numbers on your screen. Those of you who want roosters, both for eating and for serving your chickens, this is the right place to be. So Local Poultry Farm is committed to answering all your questions, all your queries. We are here to respond to those questions, especially in the local poultry farming business. Like I told you, Local Poultry Farming, we deal only and strictly in the local chickens. So please don't call me when you're asking about the broilers. Don't call me when you're asking about the broilers, the layers, and all the other types of the chicken. I'll be so much interested in answering the questions regarding the local chickens. So today's episode is going to be quite different. What are we going to talk about in today's episode? We don't want to leave anyone behind, like I told you in the introduction. We want to move with everyone who has zero knowledge, and those of you who have a little bit of the experience, those of you who have some basic information. I want us to move together, because we have been receiving so many phone calls, so many messages, inquiring. Most of you have this question: how much money do I need to start up a local farming business? How much money do I need to start up a farm? How much money do I need to do this, to do that? So we are going to generalize everything and we move. I want us, by the end of this episode, please don't skip it. I know some of you want to skip a few things and then watch from the beginning, then skip and watch to the end. You're going to miss a lot of information. So it's better, get your pen, get your book, and we start. But before we start, I want you to take a second or two to click that notification button, please. Subscribe, click that subscription button. Don't forget to click on the notification so that you can be the first to get every video that we post on this channel. Share with your friends, comment, because by commenting, that's when you're going to know what you'd want us to talk about in the next episode, where you're watching from, what are your names, and everything, so that we can interact. If you need to come to our farm, we are open 24/7. We are ready to make your business thrive in this business. We don't want this year 2026, we don't want to leave anyone behind. I want us to move together right from when the year begins until the 5th or 6th month, when you can start collecting those eggs and making those abnormal profits. Like I always tell you, in local chickens, that's where you're going to find your fortune. That's where you're going to make a lot of money. We have been giving you so many reasons, and in this video we're going to add you even more reasons for you to leave everything you're doing and concentrate on the local chickens. So let's dive in the video for today. I'm afraid it may be a little longer, but like I told you, I don't want us to leave anyone behind. I want us to move together from the beginning to the end, so that by the end you can judge yourself. You can tell, do I need to start this business? How many birds do I need to start with? What type of structure do I need to build? Why do I need to build this kind of structure? What capacity structure should I construct, and why, and at how much? I want us to digest everything in this video. So here we go. Now, one thing, before starting up a chicken, or let's say a local chicken business, there is one thing I want you to do for me. Okay, now we have started the video. I want you guys to be so attentive. I want you guys to write everything down, because if you don't note it down, you're going to forget and you're going to make the same mistakes. So I want this video to answer everything. So most of the phone calls you have been making to me, this is the video answering those questions. Now, I told you, number one, before starting up any business, before starting up a local poultry business, I want you to first get the idea. I want you to love what you're going to do. Okay? Get the passion for it. I don't want you to run from wherever you are. Maybe you are rearing goats, you are rearing sheep or cows, and then because I have told you we are making so much abnormal millions of shillings in this business, and then tomorrow you want to start it. No, you don't have the passion for it. You're looking for money. You're going to make mistakes. The very first thing is to have the passion for the business. Be it goats, be it baking or anything, first get the passion for it. Don't just go there because you failed in life. You failed in one kind of business and now you're running to the other one. You're going to make the same mistakes. Now, after getting the passion for rearing the local poultry, you know you have the passion. What do? Come to me, a Local Poultry Farm. Give us that phone call. What is the step number 2? We are going to train you, and we're going to equip you with information. We're going to equip you with enough information that you need to know about this business. Now, these are the trainings I'm always talking about. The training goes hand in hand with information equipping. What do I mean by equipping with information? I want you to understand, okay, now you have the passion for the local poultry. Leave alone the business, the whatever side of it. Now you have the passion. You feel you are ready to rear these birds. You feel you can rear these birds. Now, when you visit us at MIA, or when you give us that phone call and we get to talk to you, some of you have been opting us to talk to you by phone. Fine, still we shall charge you for that, because this is consultation. Okay? It will take you about 2 or 3 hours or even more. But me, a Local Poultry Farm, we are ready to equip you with all the information you need to know. The only difference is when you come to our farm in Chenjojo district, along Fort Potro Road, when you come to our farm, you get the hands-on training. Because even if it's one-day training, you get to look at these birds. If you're talking about the brooder, you get to see how the brooder looks like. You get to know how we set up our brooder, why we set it that way we have showed you. You get to touch these pots, know how to make the fire in the pots, how to prevent those pots from so many things. I'm not going to talk about them here, but you get the hands-on training, the physical training. It's kind of different from the people who give us the phone calls and we equip them with the information and the knowledge on phone. But still, you guys who are paying and getting the information over the phone, Those guys who cannot move to Uganda, I have Martin. I know you don't want me to talk about you, but Martin, sorry, I have to mention you are in Nigeria. We discussed you paid that small cost. It was not too much. I can even speak it here. It was $15. That's the standard charge. Okay, so Martin paid the $15, and we talked with Martin on the video call, and we are ready to keep talking with him because he already paid for that. So Martin, thank you very much. We have Rebecca who booked in Zambia. Rebecca, we love you so much. You also booked with us a session. We are going to work on that when we adjust our program and yours, so that we can have that video call and get to talk, you get to learn everything and so on. So you guys who are in Uganda, I know some of you say you are too far from our farm. Yes, there is no place like far. Okay, that word FAR, it doesn't exist. Even if you're anywhere in this world, we can equip you with this information. So let me not divert you from what we are discussing for today. We said the first thing is to get the passion for the local poultry. Now, after getting the local poultry, give us that call. We equip you with the information or with the knowledge and the skills and the basic information you need to know about this business. Now, what is included in this basic information? We are going to talk about things like the kind of structure we want you to construct. We're going to talk about the size of the structure. Why is it important to talk about the size of the structure? I don't want you to use a lot of money to construct a structure that's going to accommodate about 2,000 local birds, and yet you want to do only 100. Okay, so when you want to do about 100, we can advise you to do a structure of about 300, because from 100 you're going to keep adjusting. And that takes us to our point number 3. After being equipped, after knowing, of course, when we equip you with this information, you're going to get to know things like, why do I need to do the local chickens? Okay, why not the broilers? Why not the sasso? Why not the broilers or the layers? Okay, because there are so many types of chicken, and even in those types of chicken, each type has so many breeds. So we are going to talk to you and we tell you the benefits, okay, of this versus the other one. We have been talking them in different videos, but like I said, it's going to be a longer video, but we're going to summarize everything within this video. So guys, please bear with us. Let's learn. Learning never stops. So after telling you why you need to go for this breed, what is important, of course we look at things like diseases, things like so many things we look at. Okay, how long can they last? For how long are you going to be yielding from them? Okay, things like broilers, it's just like a deal. Broilers is can I say it's like it's a kind of chicken you rear for 5 weeks to about 7 or 8 weeks, and then sell them off and then get more birds. So those ones, you cannot rear a broiler and raise it for about 6 months or 4 months. It's going to be a total loss. But for the local birds, you have them for about 2 years to 3 years. So you're going to be yielding this money from the 5th month up to like the 3rd year, because that's when they'll become off layers, and then you need to raise others. So we're going to talk about all this information when you come to our farm. So after giving you this information, we're going to request one thing from you. This is a secret. All of you guys who have passed through me, a Local Poultry Farm trainings, it's one thing, it's one secret. I'm going to reveal it here. One thing that we tell you after finishing those lectures. What is this thing? We tell you that, okay, now we have equipped you with all the knowledge. We want you to go back at home. We want you to sit alone. Don't ask anyone. Don't consult your friend. Don't consult your parents. Don't consult your your wife or your husband, your children. No. Sit alone in your bedroom. Relax. Ask yourself, now, I have got this information and I need to do the local poultry. How many birds can I start up with? Okay? How many birds can I start up with? It's only you that can answer this question. Why do I tell you not to consult anyone when you are responding this question to yourself? Number one, it's only you who knows the capability, okay? Who knows how much money you can invest in this business. Like we tell you, these chickens eat, okay? More than 70% of all the farm investments goes to the feeding. So don't think that after buying the 200 birds from Mia Local Poultry, after buying 500 birds, you are done. You're going to gamble with the feeds and succeed. Negative. 70% of all the farm investment goes to the feeds. So buying the chickens from us is one thing. But if this whole thing is a pizza, you have just worked on a slice. So it's a big pizza. It has about 8 slices. You have just eaten one slice. Okay? You have 7 other slices to work on. That is feeding, let's say the management. You have things like the disease management, the vaccinations, and what have you. We have been talking these things in all the videos we have been doing. So like I told you, in this video we're going to summarize everything, okay? Because most of you call us and it's the same question you're asking. So after knowing that, okay, I think I'm ready to do 500 birds, like I told you, you should ask yourself that question even before you ask your husband or your wife or your friend, because you're going to ask your husband and your husband is going to tell you that, you know what, let's do 2,000. But deep inside, you know you don't have the money that can do the 2,000 birds. Or maybe your husband is going to tell you, let's start with 100 birds. But you feel you have the money, or you feel you can get the money to do more than 1,000. So ask that question by yourself and know that you took that decision as a person. I don't want you to rear 500 birds, yet your capacity or your capability could go up to 200 only, and after 2 or 3 months you are selling off these chickens prematurely because you're going to make a very big loss. It's going to make you hate this business forever. Whoever will talk about the local chickens, you're going to say, I tried it, I failed. I don't want to hear that anymore. But remember, it is you who made that mistake from the beginning. Okay? It's you who made that mistake from the beginning. So we don't want you to make those mistakes. That's why when you come to Mia Local Poultry Farm, we'll tell you, please come and pay only 50,000 Ugandan shillings. That is $15 for the guys who are not in Uganda. It's only $15 or 50,000 Ugandan shillings. And then some of you are going to say, Mia Local Poultry Farm, they want to steal our money. Why are they asking for this money? They should give us this information for free. Fine. At first we're giving this information, these trainings, these basic trainings for free because we feel for the community and we want everyone to be successful in this. But then we reached a time and saw that every John, Dick, and Jen, we are coming for this training. So you find in a class, you're training about 50 guys and only one is serious. And then you're using all your, you're concentrating on these guys who are not serious. You are doing this for them, you're doing this for them. And then you reach an extent, you have to put them in your chicken house. They are transmitting diseases, We talked about biosecurity. We shall talk about it again in another episode. So we found that these guys are just bringing for us diseases from wherever they are coming from. Others come with flu, others come with this. And then we said, okay, now to limit the people that we are going to train, let's put that 50,000 shillings. And in the 50,000 shillings, you are going even to eat this money because there is lunch, you have a drink, there is breakfast, everything is on that 50,000 shillings or the $15. So you're paying the 50,000 shillings and you're eating about 40,000 shillings, and we are remaining with only 10,000 shillings, maybe to get off a few things for our trainers. So even this money that you're paying, it's you who is going to consume it. But why do we need to charge this little money? So that we can separate the guys who are not serious from the serious guys. I'd rather be in a class and teach 10 or even 5 trainees, okay? I train 5 trainees than having a class of 80 and yet 70 of them are not serious. Then you're going to use a lot of time, we're going to have so many questions. Even the ones who are not going to do anything are going to start asking because they need to talk. These ones you're in class, these ones are sharing this, these ones are sharing this, these ones are sharing phone numbers, sujui to their girlfriends and everything. No, we don't want that. We want to sit down, concentrate, and give you value for your money in just that one day. And then for you guys who want to be at the farm, even for a month or 2 or 3, like I told you, we have enough accommodation, guys. We have enough accommodation. We don't charge you for the accommodation, okay? Maybe for the feeding, because we need to buy the food and what have you. But then we give you this hands-on. Even if it is 20, even if it is 30, even if it's 50 people, we have enough accommodation. We shall be showing you the structures, and we shall be showing you how our trainees are accommodated, how they feed and everything. But we know some of you don't want to go in video or on video, so that's why we like keeping these things private. But for some of the trainees who have no problem with this, we shall be bringing them here and they'll be talking to you. They tell you what they have learned over the time. So we get back to our list now. After knowing that, yes, I'm going to do 500 birds, what is the next step? Don't come to me to book the chickens. No, it's not the next step. We are not yet there yet. So I want you to construct a chicken house. Now, when you're constructing a chicken house, there are a few things I want you to note. One, do you need to acquire land? Now, if you think you need to go back in the nearest period of time, then it's better you acquire your own land. I always tell you guys, please, if you need to start this business, if you have a piece of land you are given to by your grandparents, or you bought it somewhere, or it's in a village, there is no place as far, FAR, that place doesn't exist. Wherever you are, you can start and thrive from that place. Now, when you're constructing these chicken houses, I'll give you an example now. If you construct this chicken house, assuming you're renting somewhere, and then you talk to the landlady or landlord and tell him or her, you need to do this, and then they accept and they tell you you can build the chicken structure and start up. And then you get all this money, because it's not simple money, okay? For about 1,000 birds, you're going to need about, let's say, 7 million, between 5 and 7 million, depending. Why do I say depending? It's because some of us are in different parts of the country or of the world. So let's assume in Kampala you're not going to easily find the poles. These structures, these temporary structures, are mostly constructed using the poles, the tree poles, okay, the iron sheets, and the nails. I think those are the 3 things, and maybe the mesh. Those are iron mesh, okay. So those 3 things, they may not, especially the tree poles, they may not be easily accessed in urban centers. But when you go to the rural centers, sometimes you guys have these trees even in your forests. So you may find John has these things and he can get them for free or for cheap. And then you find Mary is maybe in an urban center or in a place where he cannot access these things. So they're going to be quite expensive. So those of you who call us and ask, I want to construct a chicken house of about 100 or 200 or 300. How much money do I need? There is no question like how much money you need. It depends basing on where you are located or where you want your farm to be located. Some of you get these things cheaply, some of you get these things expensively. The only difference is that some of you may want to construct permanent structures. Now, permanent structures, what do I mean? These are the guys who use the things like the bricks, and you construct the whole structure using the bricks, because now this is permanent. The temporary structure, like I told you, it's the one where you use the iron sheets, the tree poles, the iron mesh and everything. Why do we call it temporary? It's because if you want to move from that place to another one, you can easily remove your iron sheets one by one, put them there, remove some poles, remove the wire mesh and take them to another place and reconstruct another structure. So that's one good thing about the temporary structure. For the permanent, it's hard. You may have to lose these bricks. You may have to lose this cement. You'll have to lose the sand and what have you. Now, construct the chicken house depending on the size of the birds or the number of the birds you are intending to rear. One more thing before I leave the chicken house, one more thing is, don't forget that when you're constructing these chicken houses, they don't bring any profits. Take it from me. All the money you put in to construct these chicken houses, it's not going to yield any profits. Negative. Okay? So these chicken houses, you build them because they have to be there. It's building the house that you sleep in. It's not going to yield any profits because it's you who is going to be accommodated in this house. So it's your house, same as the chicken structures. So I don't want you to be crying that, you see, I put in a lot of money, I used this money to construct the chicken house and it's not to bring. No, the chicken house is a must, you have to build. It's the chickens that have to convert the feeds, okay, into muscles or into eggs, and then you get the profits. So if you construct a chicken house and then the landlady decides to chase you away from that area where you are or that place you are renting, you may have to lose this chicken house. So all the money you put in to construct this chicken house may be lost. Okay? Now, this is why I tell you, when you're constructing these chicken houses, consider, am I putting it on my land? Okay? Am I putting it in a temporary place? Am I hoping to move anytime? So all these questions, you should ask them yourself. Okay? Now, after we have taken a lot of time on the chicken structure, let's go to the next point. After constructing the chicken house, now you can come to me, a Local Poultry Farm. You can give us a phone call and tell us to book for you the one-day-old chicks. Usually when you book the one-day-old chicks at me, a Local Poultry Farm, you're not going to take them immediately. Why? We have been seeing this in other videos. We've been talking. When you book these one-day-old chicks, we are going to put these eggs in the incubator and they take 7 days to hatch. So we can give you up to about 28 days, or let's say 1 month after booking for you to pick these chicks. Now when you tell us that you need 500 chicks, we shall tell you, okay, you're going to collect your birds on such and such a date, and please endeavor to come and collect these birds because these are like babies, they can die. So don't think that if we tell you to collect your birds on let's say 21st of January 2026, you can delay like a week and then come and pick these chicks. No. You will not get these chicks. They will have died. Now, who is going to feed these birds? So endeavor, when you make these orders, when you pay this money, please endeavor to pick your birds on the same day we have given you. We don't change our days. If we tell you we're picking them on 21st, on 21st you are picking your birds. Okay? Those of you guys who have bought chicks from us, who have taken the fertilized eggs and everything, you can bear us witness. I don't think there is anyone, actually there is no one, we have ever changed the date for the collection of the chicks or the eggs or any other thing that you have paid. Now, after paying these birds, what do I want you to do? Okay? After paying for these birds, there are two things I want you to do for me. One, try to buy some feeds. Don't wait for these birds to reach your farm and then you can start buying off the feeds. Already, it's like you're pregnant, okay? And you know this baby is coming out. Now, if this baby is coming out, don't wait for the baby to come out and then you can start buying those the pampers, buying things like the bottles for feeding, stocking this the milk for the baby, buying A, B, C, D, E, because you can get disappointed. First, you know you have the baby, and that baby, whether you want or not, that baby has to come out of your stomach or your womb. So you have these chicks booked at me, a Local Poultry Farm, and you know they are coming out on 21st of January. Now, if they're coming out of 21st of January, don't wait for 21st of January after picking them and then you go to start buying the feeds. Like I always tell you, money is a guest. Today you have the money, tomorrow you don't know whether you have the money for whatever reason. So after booking these chicks, I want you to go ahead and start stocking your feeds. Why? 70% of the chicken business or the any rearing business, 70% goes to the feeds. If you can get that, if you can write that thing somewhere, I think it will help you. 70% of the farm investment goes to the feeds. So buy the feeds in plenty. Buy, stock these pellets. You know these birds are going to spend 1 month in a brooder, so you need to stock for them enough pellets that is going to take them up to 1 month. So buy some pellets. You know, after 1 month you're going to need a maize bran, you're going to need concentrates. All these things are expensive. Buy them, store them in your store. It's going to make life easier for you. But keeping the money on the account or having the money aside in your pocket and you say, let me first get the birds and then I can start stocking the feeds. It's as if you're not trusting the person you have bought the birds from. Because these birds will come, whether you want or not, they will come. But the question is, will that money be there? Because we have so many problems as human beings. We have so many things that take up this money. So before the money is taken, buy the feeds, store them in your store. Another thing, the second thing I want you to do for me as you wait to pick these birds on 21st, assuming that's the date we have given you, I want you to set for me a brooder. We have so many videos here on our channel showing how you set up a brooder. Okay, I want you to set up a brooder. Set up your brooder, buy your pots, buy your brooding peppers, buy your stage 1 drinkers, get your stage 1 feeders, make sure you have the trays, because remember the first 7 days we feed from the tray, then after 7 days we remove the trays and we remove the brooding pepper. Then we can go to stage 2, feeding. Then we feed our birds in the brooder until 1 month, until we can transfer them to the main chicken structure. Now, after the brooder, what else do I want you to do for me? Now, remember the birds have not come, but we are getting ready to receive these babies. I want you to set up a mini pharmacy. I call it a mini pharmacy. Why do I need you to get a mini pharmacy at your farm? This is going to help you not to be buying drugs from the various veterinary shops. I always tell you this. When you come and buy these drugs at once, when you shop, it's like doing a shopping at home. Okay? If you go and buy rice, you go and buy the cooking oil, you go and buy everything at the end of the month, I think you save a lot than waiting. You go and buy 1 kilo of rice, then tomorrow you go and buy 2 kilograms of matoke or a small cluster. Then the other day you're going to buy cooking oil, very little like this. I think when you buy these things at once, first of all, you save Secondly, it's easier to plan. But most importantly, why do I want you to set up this mini pharmacy? I want you to send the doctors away from your farm. These guys are going to eat your money, trust me. Me inclusive, I will eat your money. Why? Because you don't want to learn. Okay? You don't want to learn. Simple. You don't want to pay the 50,000 to come and get this basic knowledge. Now, you have failed to pay the 50,000 or the $15 I told you initially to come and learn these things. Then after rearing these birds, after 1 month, you start calling, even after 2 weeks. Hey doctor, please, my chicken have this kind of poop. My chicken are sickly. You know, they're always sleeping. They are doing this, they are doing that. Now, me, if I'm your doctor and you have called me, I will use the doctor tricks. Okay? You know these tricks of rating the different medicine in another language you don't understand? Yes, because I don't want you to go and buy it. I will be the one to bring this medicine. But guys, I'm humbly requesting you, you can do these things by yourself and for yourself. When you come in this training, we're going to train you almost all or 98% of the diseases you are going to experience at your farm and how to treat them. It's very important for you and for your farm managers. When you talk of farm managers, I mean even the other boy that wakes up in the morning to put the water in your chicken house or the feeds. I'm not talking of the managers alone who are sitting in offices eating that free money. Okay, no, it's not free money because you need them. But what I'm saying, everyone who enters in your chicken house, everyone who is doing the mixing of the things, anyone who is whatever contribution they are doing to your farm, I call them farm managers. I don't simply call them workers. Because these are the guys that you entrusted your farm with. I have a friend who was treating his workers like nothing. Okay? Now, this guy wakes up in the morning and all his birds, actually for him he was doing layers. They were at the point of laying, already they were laying. He woke up in the morning and like 200 of them are dead. By the time he's calling a doctor to do this and this, 50 are gone. Out of the 500 birds, he saved, I think, about 130 something. Okay? Why? Because he was, actually it was the wife. His wife was mistreating these so-called farm managers. And I always told him, these guys are your managers. And then he's telling me, no, Mia. These are not managers. These are just young boys who love what to do. I just help them to come at my farm. I give them some money. And that's how he was treating these boys. But I was always telling him, please, you need to treat these guys in the right way. Remember, you have got so much money, about 30 million, that's about almost 10,000 US dollars. You have invested it in your chicken farm. And then because this guy is mistreated and he had a quarrel with this guy who is managing your farm, because this guy who is managing your farm, who is managing these boys, you're treating him right, and then these guys are feeling jealousy, okay, about the other guy. And now they wake up in the morning and have a quarrel. Then this guy keeps it at his heart. Then the day he gets to get a chance to give these things water, the guy mixes some funny substance, I think it's poison, okay, and puts in the water for these birds and gives them. Guys, you could shed tears, okay? I cannot share these pictures, but I still have these videos and pictures. It's so bad that if I share them here, YouTube may strike my channel, our channel, and we shall not be able to communicate to you. So we don't post other people's work. I think you have seen that in all our videos. So everything we share is from our farm. We don't share things from another farm. We don't want to have that strike. But guys, it was the worst experience you would ever wish to happen to your farm. Okay? Now this guy gets every worker, of course, after the doctor coming and checking out that it's a funny substance in the chicken, checking the liver and everything, because that is money you're spending again. You've lost the birds, you're bringing the doctors again to investigate again, you're putting in money, then takes all these workers to the police, and after some time he gets to realize that it's one of the workers that did that. But the person that you have taken to police doesn't have even a single dollar. Even if you call the whole clan, they are not going to collect this money and give it to you. So it's a total loss. You have raised these birds from day one up to about 8 months. You have put in feeds, you have paid off everything. And at the time of you being paid, they are all dying. Guys, please, I kindly request you to learn these things. Learn these things, learn how to treat your poultry, okay? Learn how to administer different drugs. Come for this training, we teach you all the signs and the symptoms. There are 7 different common, the major diseases that attack us. I will keep singing them every time I do an episode. I always tell you the first one is Marex, which is vaccinated at day 1. The second one is Newcastle, which is also vaccinated. But like I told you, vaccinating against a disease does not mean that disease cannot attack you. It attacks you. Only that when it attacks you, you know what to do. But if your chickens are not vaccinated, they are all going to die. So I told you the first one is Marex, the second one is Newcastle disease, the third one is Gumboro disease. Those are the most deadly ones. Now the fourth one, you're going to have fall typhoid, okay? In my language, Luganda, we call it Omusujja, Wenkok or something like that. Now it's called fall typhoid in English. This is going to be common. This is one of the most common disease at your farm. The other one is going to be flu. This is also going to be so common, and if they are not treated, they are going to start swelling the eyes. The head is going to be swelling. You need to be treating these things. The other one is going to be worms. Okay, your chicken are going to be at night. You're going to think as if they have put a generator in your chicken house. These are worms, and I told you the difference between of worms and flu. I don't want you to treat flu yet they are worms, or to treat worms yet they are flu. Guys, you only need this simple training to understand everything. And like I told you, it's only 50,000 you pay. If you're not able to move to me, Local Poultry Farm, give us at least 4 hours. We give you a video call and we teach you, and you get to understand everything. When you have time, you can move to our farms and add on the hands-on. Okay? Things like inbreeding. Some of you up to now, you don't know what inbreeding is. And you're farmers, and you call yourselves farmers. Okay? You are rearing your 20 goats. All the male and the female are together. They are moving together, they are eating together, and you're comfortable. And you're calling yourself a farmer. Guys, inbreeding is serious. Inbreeding is very serious, and it has no cure. Okay? Now, we have seen why we need a mini pharmacy. Of course, by getting this mini pharmacy at your farm, you should be knowing how to administer these drugs, because there is one thing putting these drugs at your pharmacy, having this mini farm, and then it's another thing knowing how to administer. Because if you're suffering from malaria and then they give you the medicine for typhoid, then these are 2 different things. If you're suffering from cough and they are treating measles, then these are 2 different diseases which need different drugs or medicines. Your boys, your farm managers need to know what drug to administer, when to give vitamins. Some of you don't know when to give vitamins to your poultry. Some of you don't know that after vaccinating, you need to continue vaccinating every month against the Newcastle to your parent stock. Some of you don't know this. But these are the things we talk about when we tell you to come for the farm training. Okay? Now, very fast from that, after setting your mini pharmacy, after storing some feeds, after setting up your brooder, you have your chicken structures in place. Now, I think you're ready to pick up your birds. But even before you pick up your birds, we talked about things like You need to put the drinkers in place, put the feeders, maybe at least stage 1 and stage 2, and then later on you can adjust and buy stage 3 and stage 4, the feeders and the brooders, because as these chickens grow, they will stop eating from these mini small feeders or drinkers. They are going to be feeding from bigger ones, because when you bring these chickens when they are young, they are not drinking too much water. You're just putting in a cup or 2 in each drinker. But time will reach when you need to put a whole jerrycan in one drinker, and you need about 10 of them. So they're not going to be drinking from the first stage drinkers. They are going to, just like you, when you're young, they give you this tiny cup, or it can even be, they call it that bottle for bottle feeding, okay, that small bottle. But now at your age, you're now a mature lady, you're now a mature man. If they give you that small bottle and they tell you to feed on it with that small hole, how are you going to feel? Of course, you cannot get satisfied even if they give you 10 of them. You need a mega cup, a big one, and you can hold it like this and take your porridge or your milk, or anyway, guys, I'm joking. So you guys, you know what I'm talking about. So it's now time to pick up your chicks or your chickens. Okay, you're excited, come to me, Local Poultry, at our point we are going to give these birds. Remember, we give these birds after vaccinating them against Newcastle 1. By Newcastle 1, I mean the first dose of Newcastle and then Maddox. So we give you your birds and you're ready to go. Now when you go, remember, now you have everything you need. Now you're going to go ahead and put your birds in the brooder. We have so many videos teaching about how to manage brooders. Then from there, you can go into the second stage of putting them in the chicken house, and you're done. So guys, I know it has been a long video, maybe about 45 or something minutes, but I think it was worth it. So I want you to put a price tag on everything I have talked about. Okay, the drinkers, these are common drinkers. You don't need to start with those expensive drinkers. Guys, I always tell you, there is a drinker at 5,000 shillings. That is $1.5, I think. And there is a drinker at $15. That's 50,000 Ugandan shillings. So if I'm talking about the Ugandan currency, there's a drinker at 5,000 shillings and there's a drinker at 50,000 shillings. That is 10 times higher. So it's up to you and your pocket to know which kind of drinker do I need. Should I buy the one of 50,000 shillings or should I buy the one of 5,000 shillings? Okay, so this business of asking me how much money do I need, I don't know what is in your pocket. But like I always tell you, start. Even if you don't have these drinkers, these fancy drinkers, get a jerrycan. You have so many jerrycans at home. Cut it, put in water. These chickens will drink the water from the jerrycans. And you're going to make the same money we are making. The people who own the drinkers of 50,000 shillings or $50 or $15 or $20. So I don't want you to tell me that I don't have the money to buy these fancy things, these fancy feeders. Okay, there is a feeder at 2,000 shillings. That is less than $50. And then there is a feeder that does the same thing at $20. Okay, do you want to go for the one of $50 or you want to go for the feeder of $20? That is 70,000 Ugandan shillings. Okay, so when you come to me, a Local Poultry Farm, this is why we need you to come for the hands-on training, to see these things for yourselves. That you need almost whatever you have is what we shall use. We have the fancy feeders in some chicken houses, and we have the low budget feeders. But the chickens are all okay, and they are all happy. Okay, don't think these chickens are going to thank you because you put in a lot of money to buy these fancy feeders. It's like at home. Okay, I can buy my plastic plate at 1,000 shillings. That is, I think, $0.25. and they will eat the food and will get satisfied. But then you'll go to another home where the plates they use, each one costs $10. That is 35,000 Ugandan shillings each plate. Others even have the ones of $20, that's 70,000 each plate put at the dining table. But now when food is served on my plate of 1,000 shillings and your plate of 70,000 shillings, am I not going to get satisfied? Is it that this person who is eating from this fancy plate, the most expensive plate, is going to get more satisfied than me? No. What matters is the food on the plate. So this is why I tell you that 70% of the money goes back to the feeding. Feeding, feeding, feeding. I don't care what you're feeding from. I don't care whether your chickens are drinking from a basin, whether they're drinking from your plate. All I need are these chickens to drink water. These chickens to get the right feeds. Remember we talked about three things. Actually, we talked about four things that make a farm successful. What are these four things? Like I told you, we are just doing a general go through in everything we have been telling you about. These four things, we told you if you put them right, your farm is going to succeed, no matter what. The first one, we talked about the genetics. The genetics, we are talking about the different breeds. Which breed are you breeding at your farm? Yes, you're doing a local poultry, but where did you buy these breeds? Was there inbreeding in them? Maybe the parent stock was sick. You understand? And then now they transferred these diseases to these eggs and to these chicks that you're buying. So the genetics and the type of breed that you're bringing at your farm is very important. The second one was nutrition. Nutrition, what are you feeding your birds? What are you feeding your birds? That should be a question that should run in your mind, I think, on a day-to-day basis, because it never stops. Once you wake up in the morning and all you need to feed your birds is bran, commonly called as chachu, because this is what you can afford. Trust me, you are doing a disservice to your own poultry farm. Okay? Once you think that these chickens, you can give them anything, you're feeding them on sand. Like I told you, my friend was feeding them on sand, because all he wants is them to put something in the stomach. It's like getting your own baby and you feed that baby on sand. You're doing a disservice to this human being. So, number one, we talked of genetics. Number two, we have talked of nutrition, which is feeding. Number three was management. And we talked of managing. And we talked of managing the farm doesn't stop at bringing a farm manager to your farm. And then he's bothering you with his phone calls and he's here and he's there. Just because you think you have a manager, now you have management at your farm. No, you don't have any, you're not doing any management to your farm. Management doesn't stop at bringing this manager, so-called manager, someone with a title manager, sit there at your farm, and you think you're doing management at your farm. No, zero. Your farm is going to fail. Let me be as if I'm preaching, you know. Your farm is going to fail. Let me tell you, your farm is going to fail if you stop at bringing a person called a manager to your farm and you think you have done everything. You have not done anything. Management starts at equipping your farm people. All those guys you don't want to call the farm managers at your farm. The ones you call workers. Those boys you think they are there because they are looking for money from you. Okay? Equip them with enough knowledge. Let them learn. Let them get the hands-on training. Let them know if my chickens have this kind of diarrhea, maybe it is green, maybe it is brown. Which disease is this? If it's brown and it has blood, we always tell you that is coccidiosis. And if it's green, we're going to tell you this is Newcastle. Okay? Some of you don't even know what Newcastle is. And we tell you it's one of the most dangerous diseases. Okay, you as the farm owner, you may have got this training and you know. But what about these boys that you keep there and you call every day? They're going to look at this chicken poop and they're going to think the chickens are okay. Before you realize they are dying, they are telling you yesterday 2 died, this day 5 died, and you're not going to know what's going to happen. I mean, what's happening to them. So it's very important, if you went and got this training, sit these boys and girls down and train them. It doesn't cost anything. Okay? You have come and paid the 50,000 shillings to acquire the knowledge from our farm or from another farm. Sit these boys down. It's like when you're a doctor and then you're not at your clinic or your hospital, and the people that are there don't know what they are treating. These patients are going to die. They're not going to get cured. But for you are boasting around, I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor. But are the people who are treating your birds doctors also? Some of you don't want to equip them with this knowledge because you think if you give them too much, they are going to run away from your farms. It's okay. These birds, you invested a lot of money in them. Equip them with the knowledge. Okay? Manage them well. Why will they run away if you're managing them well? You're treating, you don't want to give them food. They tell you they are hungry, you want them to go and, I don't know. I'm not going to go into that, but management is very important. And the fourth and last point we talked about of the 4 pillars that a farm needs to succeed. The fourth one was marketing. We talked about marketing. We have been teaching about marketing. We will talk about marketing until the end, until I think YouTube closes, or until we are out of this business. And you know we cannot get out of the business because this is a generational thing. Get this business, get your children to learn this business, so that if in case you're not there, it can go on. It doesn't need to stop there. Everything doesn't need to stop by you because you're the head of the family and you are the alpha and omega of everything. No. Equip your family, equip your friends, equip your relatives. Let everyone do. Don't fear competition. Okay? So, marketing never stops. Right now, guys, right now, I'm happy and excited to tell everyone who has picked his or her chicks from me, a local poultry farm. Anyone who has ever bought chicks from us, please, if you have roosters, if you have chicken that you are selling, right now, don't even wait for tomorrow. Dial those numbers. Those numbers, I think they're right here at the bottom of your screen. We shall send you our guys. We have market that you cannot finish. Guys, we have ready market for you. It's not about stories. Leave alone these guys who come here and tell you that if you buy the chicken from me, if you buy this from me, I'm going to give you the market. I'm going to, someone tell you that you come and enroll in a school and after I'm going to give you a job. Why are you going to get a job? You yourself, you don't even have a job. And you're telling the people that they come and enroll and then you're going to give them jobs. Guys, let's not lie the nation. But I'm giving this offer. This is 2026. If you have ever, even if the chicken you have are not from me, a local poultry farm, but if you have ever bought the 1-day-old chicks from me, a local poultry farm, I repeat, if you have ever bought the 1-day-old chicks from me, a local poultry farm, dial those numbers at the bottom of your screen. If you have this chicken and you are stuck, you don't know where to sell them, these chickens are going to be bought immediately. Okay? I repeat for the last time, if you have ever bought, I'm giving this first to all the clients. I know you guys are so many, but please, if you are stuck with the roosters, remember in this business we sell the male. Why? Because we need to have the female to do the laying. We have been teaching all these things. We don't need to repeat them because that's where the money is. But even if you want to sell the female, even if you want to sell the male, so long as they are at point of eating, okay, so long as they are point of eating and you have ever bought 1-day-old chicks from me, a local poultry farm, dial those numbers. Today is the 5th I have done the video on the 5th of January 2026. So from 5th of January 2026, I think I will give this offer to run for about 3 months. Okay, those are 90 days. So from the 5th of January 2026 to, let's say, the 5th of will it be April? Yes, 5th of April is when the offer will stop, and then we go back to our usual routine. So I'm giving you I'm giving you 3 months from now. If you have ever bought one-day-old chicks from me, a Local Poultry Farm, all our various, because trust me, these guys, when they come to me, a Local Poultry Farm, we train them how to get market, and they succeed in this. Who are you thinking that you're not going to learn? These guys have learned. Like I told you, we're going to bring these people to give testimonies here. We train you, we equip you with the knowledge, we equip you the marketing strategies and skills. When these chickens are ready to be eaten, where do you sell them? How do you sell them? How much do you sell them? How do you get these clients? We teach you everything. So you have 3 months, guys. Call those numbers and immediately we shall send you clients who are going to buy those chickens. No stories, no nothing. But also, you guys who have never bought the one-day-old chicks from me, Local Poultry Farms, please don't dial these numbers and you start pretending as if because where you bought your chickens, they should be helping you. I always tell you this: buy from the people who have a good reputation. Everyone who has bought from us, we have been responding to phones, we have been helping you with everything you need to know. So it's high time you guys also start testing these benefits that we have been talking about. We have enough clients to take all the birds, all the chickens that are at point of eating. So we are not selling them for any other business. We are selling them into the eating or the consumption market. So you guys, those are the 4 things that make up a successful chicken farm. We talked of the genetics, the nutrition, the management, and lastly the marketing. So once you expertise, or once you do what, once you have these 4 things at your farm, the nutrition, good ones, the feeding, you feed your birds the right quantity and the right quality of feeds. At the management, you have these guys who love these birds, who look after them very well. And the marketing, you know where to sell your birds. Like we told you, we have the market that we cannot even finish. You're going to be a successful farmer. Okay? And I think that is it for now. So all of you guys who keep asking how much money do I need to this, just attach a price tag at each item I have told you. I told you the first one was getting the idea and then have the passion for it. You don't need to attach any amount of money to that. It's you basically liking to rear these birds. Okay? Now secondly, we said you come for farm training. Even if it's not me, a Local Poultry, even if you go to another farm that can equip you with these skills and knowledge, go there, pay that little money, please. You get yourself used to paying that little money they ask for. Sometimes when you take these free things, you take them for granted and you'll never learn. Everyone, even us, we paid for this information and we paid heavily. But we don't want you to go through the same. We don't want you to pay what we paid. Okay? Because for us, we tried so many kinds of different breeds until we zeroed up to the breed that we have. So go, and I think also us, if we had got this training we are talking about here, if we had got it earlier, would save a lot of money. It would save us a lot of money. So get the training, construct the chicken house, know how many birds you need to have, construct the chicken house, set your brooder, get the mini farm at your at your farm. Get the main pharmacy at your farm. And these drugs that you put in at your pharmacy, they are very cheap. Guys, these drugs you're going to buy, they're not going to go beyond 20 or 30,000 Uganda shillings. They are not. I mean, each item. These drugs you're going to buy them at 8,000 shillings, 10,000 shillings, 15,000 shillings. All that is less than, because now, assuming each drug is going to be 10,000 shillings, I think those are $3. So, if you need to buy about, let's say, 10 of the medicine that you want to put at your farm, and each one is $3, that is $30, guys. I think these drugs are going to take you for a very long time. Only $30 or only 100,000 shillings. They will take you for about 2 or 3 months. But when you call me to come to your farm and treat your birds, I would ask for this same money that you're going to use in 3 months. I will take it in 1 day. It may not even be enough. And then after 1 day or 2 days again, you're calling and we are doing the same thing, we're doing the same thing. How much money are you going to spend in a month? This is why I always plead to you guys, okay, to study these things, get this basic training, because what is disturbing our farmers is, I think they're the diseases. Once you know how to treat these diseases, that's all you need. You don't need anything. Okay, you don't need anything else. Once you know how to treat these diseases, once you can identify a disease, that is the first. We train you, we teach you how to identify a disease. How do you know that your chicken have fall typhoid? Very simple. Okay, by just looking at the poop and other signs. They are sleeping, they are doing this and that. So let me not go beyond here, guys. You guys, I welcome you once again from the festive season. The festive season is over. I think the season for eating too much food is over. Right now we're about to enter into the season of school fees. Guys, I think you guys are ready for this, but most importantly, if you need to do a local poultry farm, stop consulting people that don't have knowledge in this field. Okay? Someone is going to call you and is like, what kind of bird should I do? And then you are like, me, I'm doing this kind of bird. But if you make your research and you think this is better, then it's okay, there's no problem. But my friend told me if I do layers, they can make many eggs than the local ones. And then you're here teaching us that eggs, that's where the business is. When you get many eggs, you make a lot of money, fine. But these are layer eggs, okay? You cannot get babies out of them. They cannot be hatched. So, I'd rather get 100 eggs, okay, from the local bird than getting 200 eggs from the layer. Why? You guys know by now. You guys have been watching these videos and we have been telling you about value addition. Look for that video called value addition, or how to add value to your eggs. I think it's how to add value to your eggs. I will put it somewhere up, I think here or here. So you can click there, you can watch that video. Why you need 100 eggs of the local than getting 200 eggs of the layer. So it's not about the number. It's not about the number. It's about so many things. So when you guys call me and then you start, my friend told me this, I tell it's okay, you can follow your friend's idea. But is it your friend? Some of you, I'll give you an example, guys, before you go. You want to start doing farming in, let's say, cattle. Okay, you buy your cows and you start farming them or rearing them. And then you're asking me, or you're asking someone who has never had even one cow. Okay? And that is the person, because he's your friend and you want him to give you a general view of the cows. Now, what am I going to tell you? Either I'm going to discourage you or I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to start lying to you that, for us, we had cows in the village and they all died of this disease. Don't invest your money in cows. Don't do this. And you're going to take this and think this is the reality. But there is a different reality. There is the good side, which this guy is not showing you because he doesn't know. So, if you want to do cows, Go to the guys who have cows. Visit their farms. Ask as many questions as you can. Okay? What kind of cows do you want? Zero up, zero down to one a different breed of cows. Don't again, today you have these ones for meat, then you have these ones for milk, then you have these local ones, then you have these heifers. You're going to mess up your own life. Zero down to one or two things you want to do. If you're coming into local chicken, or if you're coming into chicken business, zero out to one or two things you want to do. Okay? Don't go for the layers and then tomorrow you're doing the broilers and then now you think now these ones are not doing, you remove them and then you put the broilers and then you put the local. By the end of this, you're going to have a very bad testimony that you're going to give to the people who are going to ask you questions because they think you have ever reared these birds. So, guys, once again, I don't want to make this longer than now. Guys, have a good day. I love you so much. Me, a Local Poultry Farm, are located in Chenjojo district in Uganda along Fort Potro Road in a trading center called Rui Valley. Just as you enter Matiri Forest, before you enter Matiri Forest. So you guys who pass that road, you know, there is a very big forest called the Matiri Forest. Just if you're from Kampala, just before you enter that forest, that is where we are located. That's where the trading center is. It's called the Rui Valley, just as you enter Matiri Forest. Come get the training, come buy the local chicks, send us your farm managers, send us those boys and girls. We love them so much. Let them come and get the hands on. It's not a lot of money. Okay? Like I told you, we give you accommodation and then we talk about the feeding and just a small thing to keep them at the farm. So after 1 month or 2 months, they know what they are doing and you have set up everything and they are good to come to your farm and do the farming for you. Guys, I love you so much. Bye bye.